Hey y'all, welcome back to the crazy. It's Leslie with Phat Flossing. This is a channel about cross stitch. I hope you've all been having a great week. My week has been kind of so-so. I'm trying to get over a sinus infection, so you'll get to share my wonderful nasally sniffly voice today. Yes, there may be sniffles involved. But this is FlossTube 107, I think. And I think that today is Friday, September 25th, but it gets away from me. But anyway, welcome back. Whether you're an experienced crazy person or this is your first time joining me, I appreciate you being here to chat about cross stitch. There's not a whole lot new going on here other than I've had the creeping crud. So I haven't been real productive, but I have gotten some September sampler goodness going on. So, not much news, no new kittens. The existing kittens start to leave next week. I have somebody coming to pick one up Wednesday, and then I take one to Tulsa to the airport the week after that, and I'll be taking the other one to the airport in either Tulsa or Little Rock the following week, depending on what arrangement she makes. But I'm hoping for more babies soon. I miss having little kittens. Steve's doing good. His last doctor's appointment in Little Rock, they put him on treatment for the whatever, I can't remember the name of right now. Anyway, he's on his antibiotics. He's doing okay, and we're just hoping that that's going to be successful. We go back for him to be reevaluated on November 3rd, so y'all keep a prayer and your fingers crossed for him. Okay, that's enough of that. Let's talk about cross stitch. I have one finish to show you that I buried somewhere. Sorry, bear with me. My stack's out of order. Lots of bags, all full of stitchiness. Okay, I think I showed you the last time we visited, which I think was the last week of August. I think 4 weeks ago. Again, it all runs together for me. But I did show you that I had kitted up several patterns to start for fall for the Great Pumpkin Sow, which we will talk a little bit more about in a little bit. And one of them was LizzieKate's Autumn Smalls. And the one I chose to do from here is called Halloween. And I did get this one started and finished. And here it is. And my light is not great today. It's kind of overcast outside, and one of my dining room lights has laid down and died. So I have to buy a new floor lamp. But there it is. This is 32 count Picture This Plus Mesa, which is a little bit more of a peachy color than what it's really showing here. That's fairly accurate there. Still kind of blowing out a little bit. And I did these with a mixture. I don't think they're any of the call fours. I think there's some color and cotton in there. I had some, y'all, I've got stash from the 80s and 90s. And I had a number of Threadworks threads, which God only knows what I bought them for at the time. But I decided that I needed to use up some of those threads. So I pulled out those, which I think were I think they used to be Needle Necessities, and now they're Threadworks. There is a spider crawling across my wall. Well, I won't say what I'm thinking because I'm trying to keep this G-rated, but FMR would be the initials of it. So, okay, that totally freaks me out. I'm going to be distracted the whole time. Sorry. Anyway, it's a mix of floss from my stash. I was not in love with the Needle Necessities. I found them to be very coarse. Like when you try to pull out one thread, it was difficult to get just one thread out. But I think it turned out cute, and when I get my tuchus in gear, this will be finished into a little pillow. This one is not going to be a giveaway yet because there are 3 other patterns in here that I still need to stitch. So that was my one and only lonely finish. And I'm so disorganized, y'all. Let me get my poop scraped together here. freaking out about the spider. It's up right at the edge. We have, I guess they're 10-foot ceilings at the top of the ceiling, and then it's a vaulted, ceiling above that. So he was on the wall, now he's on the edge of the ceiling, and it's just gonna drive me crazy. If he comes this way where he's like over me, you're gonna see me run screaming, and that'll be the end of that. So let's hope he stays. Oh God, now he's dropping down on a web. I hate spiders. Hair on the back of my neck is just standing up. Anyway, moving right along. The next thing I started was Hickety Pickety from Brenda Gervais. And by the way, I didn't put any of these on the called for linens, nor am I using any of the called for flosses, I don't think. This one, I have my start on, this is 36 count, Picture This Plus Highland. He's still over there. And I've got pretty decent start. I'm probably, I don't know, 30%. Maybe not like that much, maybe 25%, because there's a whole lot of stitching down here in this wagon that she's in, and then the biggest part of stitching on the whole thing is the chicken, and I haven't gotten anywhere near the chicken yet. But I am happy with my start on there. Chances are it's not going to be finished for Halloween this year, but there's always Halloween next year. This purple here was, I believe that was one of the Threadworks colors. Yeah, that was the Threadworks. And like I said, they stitch up really good. I got great coverage out of it, but they feel a little coarser. They're not as silky smooth. I mean, I'm not referring to silks, but you know how a lot of cottons even have a silky smoothness to them, and these do not. And I don't know if that's changed. Like I said, these are threads from the most recent they might possibly be would be from the late 90s. So they may easily have changed their formulation by now. But I have them. I get great coverage from them. I'm going to use them. I may try a newer one here sooner or later. Next time I see one for sale, just to compare. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm getting so distracted by that doggone spider. Ugh. Hair stands up on the back of my neck. I hate spiders. Okay. And I can just see the dislikes coming, but you're just gonna have to dislike it because I really can't deal. Okay, the next thing I started, because I was all about the starts. Sorry, I'm having to actually use the pattern here because I've managed to kill another printer. I can kill a printer at 10 paces. This is Harvest Trio from Jim Shore. It is a Mill Hill pattern. I ordered this. I saw somebody post this. I don't know who. And I fell in love, and I ordered it from, I think 123 Stitch. And I just thought it was very, very cute. Now, their version is shown with a whole lot of beads, and I'm not doing all those beads. But what I did do was pull colors that I thought were pretty compatible with the pattern and what the bead colors would have been. And then I've just been filling in the whole thing with cross stitches. He's still there. And this is my progress. And I love it. Love it. Even if it's not beaded. And I would like to get back to this one. Very, very cute. I still have, I've got to fill in the rest of the pumpkin, and then I have 2 more crows sitting on top of him. This is 40 count Vintage Country Mocha. And I don't think I've stitched anything on Vintage Country Mocha in a while. And this was a scrap I got at the Shepherd's Needle, and I've been thrilled with this. I am not a huge fan generally of 40 count because I stitch in hand with the sewing method, and so I weave my needle, under up with each stitch, and most 40 counts are too tight for that to work effortlessly. Which this is not for me, by the way. But this, even though it was 40 count, I got it because it was such a great price. I thought, I'll try it again. And it's been great. Haven't had any trouble stitching in hand with the sewing method on it. And I'm thrilled so far with how it's coming out. Oh, he's coming down the wall, y'all. Go away, go away, go away. Freaks me out. Sorry. Very preoccupied with the damn spider. Go away. Ooh. This may be a shorter floss tube than what I originally intended. Okay. Then I had another start. By that time it was September. Oh, God dang it. And I did plan on doing sampler September, and my first thing to start for September was this beautiful pattern, which is Land That I Love from Theresa Kogut. I fell in love with this when she showed it. Oh, shoot, my stacks are sliding. Sorry for bumping y'all. And I did start this on September 1st. I have a mixture of about, they're about half called for and half whatever I subbed from my stash. I do not like orangey reds. I like bluer reds, more true reds. And I did sub out the two reds in the pattern, which were more of a rusty color, for two Victorian mottos that were more in my wheelhouse for the kind of reds that I like. They are Perfect Cranberry is the darker one, and Vampire Red is the bright true red. And I got to start on this. And I think I gave it probably not a whole week, but oh, it's going to go behind my blinds. I'm going to be dismantling that plantation shutter to get that sucker out of there. Anyway, this is, I don't know, a week-ish. I don't know that it was a whole week. This is 36 count, My Little Dove from XU Design. And I just love it. I love it a lot. I am not doing eyelets. I think some people are doing eyelets for the letters. I'm just doing regular cross stitches. I'm doing another sampler that I'll show y'all in a little bit, that the alphabet is all eyelets, and that's enough eyelets for me. So I'm just doing regular cross stitches with this, and I'm fine with that. I can do an eyelet. I don't need to prove to anybody I can do one. Oh, dang it, y'all. He's down in the shutters now, so he won't be easy to find and kill. I can see him on one of the, what do you call it, the little louvers that tilt. Goosebumpy all over. God, I hate spiders. Anyway, that's where I got to on Land That I Love. I'm so sorry that I'm so preoccupied, but they really just freak me the hell out. I grew up in the country. I have no trouble getting close enough to a snake to kill it. I don't like snakes, but I don't hate snakes. If there's a dangerous snake, I can get close enough to kill it. Even a spider, this guy is no bigger than, I don't know, size of my thumbnail maybe. He's not big, but he's black and fuzzy. And I'm going to have a hard time getting close enough to him to kill him. And I know some of you will say, don't kill him. He's beneficial. And to you, I would say, sleep is more beneficial to me personally. And I won't sleep if I know that son of a gun is loose in my house. Ugh. I understand it's a phobia. The definition of phobia is illogical fear. I understand, but yeah, I'm phobic. Okay, next. So I carried on with Sampler September. And the next thing I pulled out was, sorry, this is a bunch of stuff in this bag. It's all falling. Elizabeth Weston from Hands Across the Sea. She is beautiful, and she's huge. I mean, huge. And before we started this month, I pretty much had completed page 1 here, and I had think I had about, I brought the border all the way over, and the border is 3 lines of stitches. And I think I was down somewhere around here-ish with 1 line. And I was down on the side over here, somewhere around here with about 1 line. I have now brought that all the way around, and my border met up, y'all. Yay! You can see I started doing a couple of little motifs over here when I had more thread on my needle. I wanted to use that. But there's no way to get the whole thing in the picture, I don't think. But there she is in all of her glory so far, Elizabeth Weston. And I love her. It was actually hard to put her down. I thought I'd be sick of her after a week, but I really, now he's on the outside of the shutters. I really did enjoy working on her, and I will be glad to get back to her. But I was so thrilled when that border met up, I didn't know what to do. I have some of that spray that you can spray from like 10 feet away to kill them. I use that like out in the garage or outside or wherever, but I can't use that in the house because of cats, because it's poisonous. So I'm gonna have to go slap him with fly swatter and pray he doesn't swing out on a web, because then I will run shrieking away. We'll just hope that Steve gets off work and can take care of him for me. That would be the best case scenario here. But it needs to go away. All right, I may need to put the headband back on because it's driving me nuts with my hair in my face. And now he's back above the window on the wall. Okay. The next sampler I pulled out was, this was a Sal. I think we started in February. Michelle, Farm Girl, was hosting this Sal. This is Harriette Elizabeth Coe from Brenda Gervais with, I think, needle and thread. And I had started this, but let's be honest, I hadn't done that much. I kitted this up out of my color and cotton stash. So these are, excuse me, none of the call for colors. They're just color and cottons that I like. Excuse me, y'all. There it is. I was afraid the linen itself wasn't in there. And this is a piece of 36 count Picture This Plus Tyco. And when I started, I believe I had about half the border done. Up this side, around, and here where you see where I've colored in the flowers. So I have completed the border the rest of the way around, and I am off 1 stitch. So this is incorrect right here. And you know what? It's incorrect right there. It's just going to be incorrect right there. This flower bud, the green part of it is going to be 1 row of stitches shorter than all the rest of them. And I just don't care enough to go back and try to figure it out. Ain't nobody got time for that. Or I don't got time for that. There's too many other things I'd rather be stitching on. But I've made great progress on her. I would have actually liked to keep stitching on this one too, but I wanted to get to some other stuff. I finished this top row of letters. Added, I think, either 2 or I think I had the M done. So I think I added these 3 letters here. I think I had the E done. So I've added these. Those are all eyelets. This row here, this band was supposed to be eyelets, but so I've made them Myrna crosses, and they're fine, just fine like that. And then I have come on down here and finished this band, finished this band, and of course, you know, I've worked on the border, got the border completed, and then I think I had most. Sorry, all my shoulders hurt to hold these up for long. I had most of this motif done, so I finished this motif and then added in these here. So I think with probably another 3 or 4 nights of stitching, I could probably finish this, but again, there were just other things I wanted to get to, so she's gone back in her bag for right now. But I don't think she's that far from the finish if I just keep going on her. For some reason, I was not enthused about stitching on that. I don't know if it was all the eyelets or what, but I'm enthused again about it, so. She's gonna go back in her little home for right now. He's back on the ceiling. We now bring you this spider update. Ooh. Yeah, oh well. Boy, my hair's got all kinds of crazy going on here. I used to fight the curly. I've given up in my old age and just decided it's curly, it's gonna be curly, it's gonna be wild and crazy, and that's just the way it is. So yesterday I pulled this out. So this has only gotten, yesterday, day before yesterday maybe. This is Eau Marie from Reflets. It is a reproduction. It is beautiful. I can't wait till I get to this area of the Virgin here. She's so pretty. This is This is 36 count Desert Sage from Color and Cotton. And it is a gray, bluey, neutral. It's a very pretty fabric. And I am using 0 of the Call for flosses. I was going to go down to Ann's to the Shepherd Needle in Little Rock and sit among the silks and pick. And then we had the whole COVID interregnum. And so I just picked from silks that I had in my stash, which is working out fine so far. And I think I added, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 roses last night. This border is time intensive. That border is actually a combination of 3 colors. I have a darker silk, kind of a medium variegated silk, and then a lighter pink silk. And I'm just randomly interspersing them there because I wanted more variegation. I didn't want them to be solid. And I'm very happy with how it's come out. I wish that this white was showing up a little bit more because it is hard to see. Like you can see the little stars if you get up close, but the white is difficult to see. But, oh well, it's gonna be fine. It'll be fine. But it's a very, very pretty border. And I plan to work on this probably through the weekend at least. I have one more sampler. I'm considering bringing out the checkered stag sampler for the last 3 days of the month, but I may just stick with Eau Marie. We'll see. I've been pretty proud of myself that I have stuck to my samplers as much as I have because I typically switch projects about every 3 days. Sometimes I'll stitch a little more monogamously. Sometimes I may switch a couple times a day. But I just stitch what I feel like stitching when I feel like stitching it. So, but I am enthused to get some more progress on Eau Marie. I feel like I need to work that border a little bit more. I really want to get into the interior of that because it's so pretty. But I need to make some more progress on the border before I do that. Excuse me 1 second while I do a spider check and get a drink. FYI, back on the wall above the window. Okay, what does that bring me to? Plans. Let me move my stack again so I can get to the next thing. Okay. Sorry, my stacks are shifting. It's going to end up on the floor before the end of this. That's almost a certainty. My plans are to finish out the month working on the samplers, and then, God love him, Steve has been driving me crazy, asking when I'm going to go back to Seedy Pumpkin Cottage from Praiseworthy Stitches. Now, I am participating in the Great Pumpkin Salve, and I will link below. This is the brainchild of Cynthia Brewer, Stitching in the Light, and I will link her and her video explaining the Great Pumpkin Salve below. And by the way, This is a fundraiser. It's Stitch on Anything Pumpkins and use the Great Pumpkin Sal hashtag, but it's also a fundraiser for the Freedom Shield Foundation, which assists victims of human trafficking. So it's a very worthy cause. And if you were one of the people who donated through, I had put a link on my Facebook, and if you were one of the folks who donated through that, thank you so much. We raised $175 doing that. And I'm thrilled to contribute to that. So thank y'all for your participation. And Cynthia's, it has the link to donate attached to her video, and I will also put it in the drop down below. If you do donate to that, every $5 you donate gets you a entry ticket into a raffle to win things that several of us have donated as raffle prizes. Like I'm sending a project bag. I know there are several project bags, lots of patterns, lots of other goodies, but I think there will be around 20 or 25. Oh, he's gone. Where did he go? I guess he's back in the shutters. Anyway, Cynthia's email is in her video there, and you send a copy of your donation capture to her, and she will enter you in the raffle for those prizes. But here's where I am on Seedy Pumpkin Cottage, so I do plan to get it back out and make it part of my pumpkin sal. And make my husband happy so he can see that I'm working on it. It ain't gonna be done this year, but I'm working on it, like so many things. Oh, that fabric was 32 count picture, this plus echo, which is the called for. And I am stitching it with most of the called for flosses, which were a mixture of Weeks and Gentle Arts, and I don't know if there's any Classic Color Works in there or not, but mostly the call fors. I have robbed Peter to pay Paul out of the stash some, so some of them may not be the call for anymore, but most of them are. I did have one more new start. Well, one finish and one other new start I'm going to show y'all. Because I watched Lori, Mischievous Stitches, and I will link her below also. On one of her last, sorry, I've got crochet needles here. On one of her last videos, she was crocheting pumpkins, and they were so cute. And you know me, monkey see, monkey do. So I pulled out, or actually I didn't pull out, I had to buy these. I did not have them. I bought this pumpkin-y orange yarn, and this is going to be a pumpkin. Now, I still have to, you know, make it into a pumpkin. Picture it, there you go, pumpkin, like that. I do plan to get this finished probably this weekend. I had to buy some more stuffing because all of my polyfill is buried in the closet in the craft room that I can't get to. And then I started a second one. This is a variegated yarn. It's got greens and golds and orange in it. So this is also ready to be a pumpkin. I am not an expert crocheter. I am a mediocre crocheter, but I can do a double crochet or single crochet. So that's what this is. And I will link the video pattern to this also below. So this one's probably half-ish done. I could finish it in a day if I would just sit down and do it. And would quit worrying about the spider. Okay, so let me look at my list. What am I forgetting? Anyway, I'm gonna work on more of my pumpkin-y fall stuff and whatever else takes my fancy. Sorry, had to stiff, but hold it off for as long as I could. Okay. Haul. We went down to Little Rock a couple weekends ago to see some of Steve's family. They were up there at basically the old family farm. They all live around Houston, and we're visiting from there. And so we went down to Little Rock. They live a little south of Little Rock, or the farm is a little south of Little Rock. So since we were going right through town, you know where I had to stop? The Shepherd's Needle. And I was so happy with that 40 count vintage country mocha that I had gotten that I got 2 more. These are just little remnant small pieces. This one is 11 by 18. And this one is 10 by 11. So just small pieces for smalls, but I was really happy with the 40 count Vintage Country Mocha. And then while I was there, because you know I can never say no to anything, this is a fat quarter of Weeks tin roof, which I thought was really pretty. I do have a plan for this. It's 40 count, and this is the newer Zweigart base, which I do like. That's more true. It's more brown like that. I do have a plan for this, and then this is. Give me the line. .36 count eggshell. Well, I don't remember who the dyer was on this, and it's not on the label, but it also was Zweigart, so I'll like it. Anyway, my plan for this is while I was in the at the Shepherd's Needle, they had a model of this Boo Scurry Yum from Raise the Roof, and it was so cute, y'all, so stinking cute. So I picked up that pattern, and I also picked up, this is a new release from Heart and Hand, the Robin Sampler. I think that's adorable. So, and then for some reason, I have 4 DMCs that Ann said I told her to order for me or get for me. I have at this point no idea in the world why I wanted these 4 particular green DMCs, but I've got them now. I know what it was. When I started O Marie back in, I think I started her on Easter, I had pulled the silks from my stash, and the green that I had pulled was a very blue green when I got to actually using it. It was too blue green. So I needed to change the silk, and I didn't have a green silk. So I just gave her 4 DMC green numbers to ask if she could compare a silk to those. So now I have the silk because she sent me some Gloriana, and I've got 4 green DMCs. That's fine. They'll go into my stash and they'll get used. I just realized neither one of us could figure out why I was asking for 4 DMCs. Well, there you go. Was what we were matching that Gloriana to. Okay. Haul. I had a little bit more haul. McKenna posted, I have heard for years people talk about Vicki Clayton hand-dyed fibers. And I love to stitch with silk, but I have never had Vicki Clayton silks. And I saw McKenna post that she was going to have an exclusive set of hand-dyed fibers. And they're actually called 1884 Stitchery Silks by Vicki Clayton. And they are scrumdiddlyumptious. I love them. I don't know what I'm going to stitch with. I need to find something with jewel tones, because that was what I ordered. Because that's what I like. But anyway, I got several of those, and I don't know if I believe she is going to stock them routinely. I don't know what she has in stock right this minute. I ordered these several weeks ago. And then the rest of my haul, I have this little bag that I put haul in until I show it, and then I can take it out and do whatever with it, right? So I belong to the Silks for You Silk of the Month Club. This is 5 10-meter skeins, so more than 10 yards, of hand-dyed silk from Joe at Silks for You in Australia. And for 5 10-meter skeins, it is $20 a month. including shipping from Australia. And you can't beat that deal with a stick. So these are the August 2020 silks, and they are gorgeous deep teal blues. That's pretty close right there. They're just beautiful, beautiful blue colors. And then I also got, these are the July 2020 Silk of the Month from Silks For You. And they are also really pretty. I love this blue. Gorgeous. So I'm excited to add those to my silk stash. And that was my haul, which was plenty. And then in yesterday's mail, y'all may know Merritt Crawford, who is just sweet as she could be. She's, I don't remember her Instagram. So beautiful, maybe. I'll put it below because I don't remember. But anyway, Merritt had heard me mention that I wanted to try some wool applique, but I did not like cutting things out. I hate cutting those little pieces. And she is now, oh, Just Because. I think that may be her Instagram. I'll link it below. Anyway, she sent me one of her patterns because she is a darling. She went ahead and pre-cut the pieces for me. God love her. Thank you so much, Merritt. I was feeling pretty crappy still yesterday, and so I had just tossed this, excuse me, in a stack of stuff on my desk. So finding it in the mail today really made my day. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. So that was all my goodies. Just a couple more things to show you. I have gotten a little bit of sewing done, not a whole lot, but I have ventured in to a new type of project bag. These are about 9 by 11, 9.5 by 11 and a half, something like that. So they're suitable for a small project. They have a contrasting back and lining, zipper top. I need to refine my skills on this because I cannot get this corner square to save me. But I thought he was pretty cute, and he'd be perfect. This will be a perfect size for little stuff. And I hopefully will get these done. My sewing kind of fell by the wayside because I felt like crap the middle part of this week. But skeleton, another pumpkin, skull, and a witch in the moon. So those will get done next week. And between those, and then these were the project bags that I'm currently working on. A little witch with a contrasting candy corn top. These will be done and ready to mail out the middle of the week of next week. So if y'all are interested in one of those, just email me. I think I will have 6 or 7 of these, I think. 6 for sure, maybe 7. And there'll be 2 each of these. And that's all that I have been working on. Which brings us to the giveaways. Real quick. Be 18 or over. Don't use the word giveaway or freebie or gift or anything like that in your comment. Well, may have to rethink that last one in a minute. Anyway, you know the rules. Be over 18. Use whatever the keyword is that I tell you to use. Don't say giveaway. And I really appreciate it if you do like and subscribe. And I had 4 giveaways from last week, and I commented on y'all's comments earlier. My sinus medicine's wearing off. My nose is running, my throat's hurting again. I commented on comments, and so y'all email me. My email will be in the drop down, and let me know your mailing address so I can get these out to you. And the first one, this was an Annie B's pattern. Welcome to the Hive. I finished this about a month or so ago. The winner for this one is Renee Whitaker. So Renee, email me with your shipping address so I can mail that to you. The next one was a LizzieKate. This is a dog lovers pattern, and this was donated by Crystal Geek. So Crystal, thank you so much for donating that. And the winner for this one is Rebecca Sherman. So Rebecca, again, email me with your snail mail address so I can get that on the way to you. This is a kit provided by mybobbin.com. They have a wide selection of kits and patterns, and the prices are very, very reasonable. This is a little winter doll kit, and I think there's perforated paper, and all the threads are in here, I believe. And the winner for this one is Lisa Clark. So Lisa, same drill. Email me so I can send that to you. And then the last one from last week was Something to Crow About, which is a Leisure Arts booklet. And the winner for this one is Stitching 304 Patience. So Patience, email me and I'll get that sent to you. And then we've got a couple of giveaways for this week. I finished Time for God, I don't know, the end of August, I think. So this is the LizzieKate pattern, Time for God. And comment below with the word time, T-I-M-E, in your comment to be entered to win this one. And I will choose these via random comment picker whenever I have my next FlossTube. Blessed Be from Brenda Gervais. I finished this one several months ago. If you want to be entered for this one, in your comment, use the word B, B-E-E. And I will choose again randomly before the next FlossTube. And then this is 'Tis a Gift from Shepherd's Bush. I also finished this one a while back. And I am going to pull these little buttons out of here and use these little buttons, so you will not get the buttons with it, but you will get the pattern. And hey, my working copy's in there, so you don't have to copy it again. But anyway, if you want to be entered for this one, I was going to say use the word gift, but that won't work because I don't want you to use that word. So it's a Shepherd's Bush pattern. Let's just use the word bush, B-U-S-H. You can enter for 3, but you can only win 1. And just y'all like and comment below, and you'll be entered. Thank you so much for coming to visit with me again. I really appreciate it. I hope I didn't freak you out too much with the whole spider thing. I am freaked out. He's gone. I don't know where he went. That is not a happy situation for me. I will have lots of anxiety about that until I find him and oh, I see him. He moved. He's on the shutters again. So there's a fly swatter in his future, and probably me shrieking and dancing around trying to get away from him. But anyway, thank y'all again for coming to watch. I really do appreciate it. I hope y'all have been well and happy, and that you stay so, and are looking forward to a wonderful fall season. Y'all take care. God bless. Bye-bye.